Sagittarius. My name is Audrey Alison. Thank you for joining me for your February 2016 forecast for the month. It's a beautiful Los Angeles day, and I am using a very romantic deck for February, the Art Nouveau Tarot deck by Antonella Castelli. Very romantical background. I'm feeling super romantic today. Okay, let's get into the forecast. There's a few transits that I'd like to discuss. I won't get into too many of the aspects just because I'd like to consult the tarot. I received some messages that people want to see more of the cards sometimes, so I'm splitting it up, trying to please everybody. Okay, on the 8th of February, we have our new moon at 19 degrees of Aquarius, and generally the energy is in this third house sector for you, Sagittarius. Your communications, your contacts, clients, siblings, neighbors, local travel, errands, things like that. All things third house. The vehicle. There's a new moon on the 19th in this sector. You could get a new vehicle around this time. You could also receive some new clients for those of you in a field of work where that would apply. Having the sun and the moon in the third house could also mean that you're having the energy to really do some traveling that you can get in your car and do. Not so much plane trips abroad, but local travel and local scenery. It becomes important to you. On the 13th, Mercury, finally direct, officially January 25th, Mercury enters this third house conjunct the sun and the moon. And Mercury will officially clear his shadow on the 14th of February at the 1 degree mark of Aquarius in which he retrograded, the degree in which he retrograded. So having Mercury, and then 3 days later, Venus is in this sector. On the 16th, Venus enters Aquarius. A lot of personal planet action in this sector, and Venus is smoothing over, and Mercury is communication in the communication sector. So there's a lot of Sagittarians who won't be able to keep quiet in that time frame from the 13th of February through the beginning of March. And Venus is love and money and harmony and ease in the third house. So it's a great time to consider buying a vehicle. I would personally wait until the 14th after, but you have such support in the third house that someone might be handing down a car to you as well. It doesn't have to be brand new, even though the new moon would suggest the car is new to you. On the 19th, the sun makes his monthly transit into Pisces in the 4th house of home and the 4th house of the mother, the maternal energy. The sun will be there for 30 days. You might feel comfortable in your environment at that time. And you might have a really strong connection with the relationship of your mother through that time period until March 20th. We have our full moon on the 22nd at 3 degrees of Virgo, another mutable sign like you, Sagittarius, in your 10th house of career and retirement. Now you have Saturn with you. You're dealing with Saturn, Sag, and please check your ascendant sign, your rising sign, because if you're lucky enough to know the time of your birth, Sagittarius might not be the house that rules your first house in astrology. You can be a sun sign Sagittarius and have your first house start wherever your ascendant is. So please check that out just for real broad scope of what's going on. But using these as solar scopes, the full moon, Sagittarius, Saturn is in your first house on a solar level as a solar scope. And our full moon being in Virgo in this mutable sign in the 10th house could see an ending, could see a lot of retirement for you Sagittarians. But it could also be that you finished a project in the career, or something needs to be seen. You need to become aware of something in the career sector, the 10th house of recognition, the highest point on the astrological wheel next to the midheaven. Saturn is restricting you somewhat as well, Sagittarius. Sag rising especially. So there's some limitations with him in the sector. And you might notice that you feel a little bit uncomfortable in the physical with this placement. I know that bird's feeling uncomfortable right now. I don't know if you hear him, but he's sitting on this tree alone and calling everybody on the top of this bare tree branch. Black hawk, I think it is, or black crow. Anyway, it's distracting, but in a way, if we were doing animal totems, a black crow would really apply to you right now. Okay, I want to get to the tarot. I want to consult the cards. So let's see what comes up for Sagittarius in the month of February. And if you'd like to read with me, I'm at audreyalison.com. I read all through the week. And I'm also at Audrey Alison Astrology and Tarot on Facebook. I really would appreciate you liking my page there. And for those of you interested, on Goddess Alive Radio, motherhouseofthegoddess.com is the website. I'll also put up information regarding the show, which will be February 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I'll take callers live for one question tarot taster on the air. So feel free to listen in or call in and get a little tarot taster with me. Let's see what's up, Sag. Here's your cards for February. The Six of Coins. This was reversed, so it's shared resources. There could be a blocked flow in the 8th house right now between you and your partner. Oh, okay, your partner's money is what needs to come in as well. Maybe the two of you together aren't cutting it. The Judgment card. Look how beautiful. Gosh, I love these cards. The Judgment, people, this is about people who have passed with the Judgment, people who are no longer with us, but it's also literally what it means. It's the judgment upon the self. Let's see what else comes up. The Knight of Cups. He always comes with a message, and he comes in very quickly. The Knight of Cups has you finding answers within, getting in touch deeply with your intuition. I feel like this is about your relationship. Let me see what else comes up here. The Empress. Some of you Sagittarians are contemplating whether or not to have another child. Now, if we were just hanging out having drinks, I'd say, don't do this. Run for your life. Do not give yourself more than you can handle. But psychically, the Chariot, oh, I love this. Gosh, I have to bring this deck out more. The Chariot is giving the yes, the approval, if you want to go for it. This is information coming in. Things are happening with or without you. Full speed ahead with the Chariot. The Justice, weigh your pros and cons. Libra, the card of Libra. Find your balance. This is also the card of Cancer. That might apply to some of you. You have a lot of major arcana now. The Empress, the Chariot, Justice, and Judgment. What I'm feeling is that the Knight of Cups wants you to take a complete emotional inventory of your marriage, relationship, or partnership that you're in. And then wants you to take inventory of other finances that you have as an individual and then as a couple. And then make your decision about the Empress, which is actual creation of the child or creativity, the fertility, the fertile ideas of an inspiration that you have. You have the blessings with the Chariot. Things are happening full speed ahead. But you also have a little bit of a warning with Justice, which is weigh things out. Weigh the pros and cons. Judgment and Justice. Whatever you decide, there's no turning back, clearly, when it comes to having babies. But whatever you decide, you need to mean. There's a certainty about this energy with Judgment and Justice. It's very official, and It's a deep month for you, Sag. Your third house, make sure you just express how you're feeling. Now that Mercury's direct and all this third house communication energy that's inspired with you, just make sure that you say what you mean and you mean what you say, because you don't want any misunderstandings in that partnership. Thanks for joining me. I'm so happy to be here, and thanks for your subscription to my channel. I'm wishing you a sweet February, and remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.